Hello everyone, today's news story really makes my blood boil. A doctor in Washington state has been fined for prescribing ivermectin for COVID-19. Dr. Wei Lin must pay $5,000 and complete continuing education classes, according to newly filed documents. The Washington Medical Commission issued the fine in an order signed on May 2, 2024. Ivermectin is FDA approved for treating conditions like parasitic worms, but its use for COVID-19 is controversial. While some clinical trials have found it ineffective against COVID-19, others have shown potential benefits. And as we all know, if you have enough money, you can pay for any results you want in this screwed-up world. For decades, doctors have been allowed to prescribe approved prescription drugs for off-label uses regardless of any studies. This has been legal since there were doctors. Why now? Why ivermectin? Why COVID? Ask why when you see this kind of stuff. Dr. Lin admitted to prescribing ivermectin to 5 patients without explaining its off-label use, risks, or alternative treatments. One case involved a 71-year-old woman who tested positive for COVID-19 and was prescribed ivermectin during a telemedicine visit with Dr. Lin. After 4 days without improvement, she returned to the hospital and eventually recovered. In another case, a 69-year-old man received ivermectin prescriptions for himself and his wife, but they did not take the medication after researching its potential risks online, so nobody got hurt. What is the agenda here? Why is this poor sap getting dragged through the ringer? Is it because he's not an industry puppet like a lot of them? Is he an example to stop doctors from authorizing ivermectin for COVID use? I don't know, but something stinks. What's next? Are they going to ban the most popular dewormer from veterinary use so that people can't use ivermectin? What the hell is going on here? It's much safer to take the drug under a doctor's care than to be using products made for a 1,500-pound animal. So listen to this. The commission determined Dr. Lin's care was below standard partly because he didn't discuss alternative treatments, such as remdesivir. Even though the World Health Organization found no evidence that remdesivir improved survival rates or the need for ventilation. Dr. Lin also failed to discuss COVID-19 vaccines with his patients, which the commission labeled as unprofessional conduct involving moral turpitude and dishonesty. Dr. Lin is now prohibited from prescribing ivermectin off-label in Washington state and must establish proper doctor-patient relationships before providing care. He is also required to review CDC and up-to-date guidelines on COVID-19, take continuing medical education classes, and write papers on what he learned. Additionally, the commission will conduct annual compliance visits, including random record reviews, and Dr. Lin must appear annually for compliance oversight. Jane Orient, executive director of the Association of American Physicians and Surgeons, criticized the conditions as overly burdensome, suggesting they could drive many physicians out of practice. Are you believing this crap? They are totally hassling the man with selective inspections and reviews. Ask the ex-pharmacist how intimidating a compliance inspection can be. She had the right to stay at a business for weeks going through records if she wanted to. Can you imagine what this kind of unfair prosecution does to the desire to become a doctor in Washington state? And what about how it restricts patient alternatives when approved drugs can't be used for conditions in which they might be effective? Stay tuned for more breaking news on GG News. I hope to be doing more news videos for classic rock fans in the future, and who knows what else, so keep watching and send me some love.